Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. Hello. Um, so it's Sunday night and it's time to talk about things. And for once, I have something to talk about. Um, so I made a wonderful, terrible, why does that, oh well. So I made this wonderful, terrible decision last night. I messed up my schedule. I took a nap because I wasn't feeling well. So I slept later than I meant to, and it ruined my day. So when I woke up and it was dark out and I had nothing better to do, I convinced you, Sarah, let's watch a movie. And because we have nothing better going on, I want to watch the movie Gaslight. I saw it once before as a teenager, but I want to watch it again as an adult, knowing what's going on and actually understand what I'm watching. For me, this was a horrendous mistake because for those of you who don't know me that well, which should be everybody watching this channel knows me, um, I am a survivor of domestic abuse, um, specifically of emotional, verbal abuse. Um, so let's talk about the movie Gaslight and why it really messed with me last night. Um, movie Gaslight is a fantastic suspense psychological movie from the 1940s where a young heiress marries a dashing older man after a whirlwind romance. Then they move into a house where years before her aunt had been murdered. Um, and after moving into this house, she begins she begins believing she is having a mental breakdown. Things will go missing around the house, and her husband is always asking her, why did you take this? Where did you put it this time? Constantly accusing her of being a kleptomaniac. Um, and it's such a shame that you have these attacks and you do these things. That's why we can't go out anywhere. That's why I can't trust you to have company. It the whole movie is where this man is basically trying to convince his wife she's insane while he is searching for missing jewels that he tried to steal when he murdered her aunt years ago. And every time she gets her head together enough to try and accuse him of doing exactly what he's doing, he fabricates another situation to embarrass her and further isolate her. Um, Watching this movie, I actually felt and almost physical pain seeing this woman being abused like this, because it was so similar to some of the things my ex-husband did. The years of being told that it was my fault nobody ever invited us anywhere because nobody liked me. I was such a horrible person. Um, I just, you don't realize how deep some injuries are until you reopen them. So I'm having a bit of a rough day-to-day dealing with this. Because it's impossible to erase my past. It's what got me where I am. It's made me the person that I am. It's made me the strong, caring person that I've become. Don't get me wrong. If I could live my life and never have to go through being told that I was a screw up, being denied the ability to sleep so that I could do my job. um, Dealing with the injuries to my physical health that came from, oh, thank you, Andreas. Dealing with the damage to my health that came from the lack of sleep over the years. But the point of this is I wanted to talk about the damage domestic violence causes. And to remind anybody who personally might be going through this, who is watching a loved one go through this, even if your partner never lays a hand on you, if they are spending their time telling you that you're lucky they love you because you might not be worth anybody else's time, that's bullcrap. And it's very easy to miss the red flags when they start. Everybody wants to look at that woman who has gotten out of an abusive situation and said, why did she stay? Or, let's be honest, there's men who are victims just as much. Why did he stay? And the reason is often because financially you don't think you can afford to leave. If it's physical violence, you might be afraid to leave, thinking that if you just keep your partner happy, they won't hurt you again. And simply put, that's a lie. A partner never needs to lay a hand on you to hurt you. Just the sheer constant stress of living like that is hurting you. It's messing with your body. To this day, 8 years after I left my ex-husband, I still can't sleep through a night My body has trouble falling asleep because I'm convinced my door is going to fly open and he's going to come barging in telling me that I need to wake up and do something for him. Um, the same thing when I fall asleep. I'm often convinced I'm going to sleep through my alarm or I'm going to miss something I need to be doing. And I'm getting a lot better. I talked to my doctor about my past, and I we're dealing with the long-term effects. Most of them, I've gotten over, and I'm proud of that. I I don't cry when somebody tells me I'm wrong or they disagree with me. Um, I can take a joke now, but that because that hurtful humor, you don't believe anybody can actually joke with you anymore. um, but what I really, there's another side to it. If you are in one of these situations, I have the number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline and their website down in the description of this stream. You can look online for help. There are resources local to every major city. If you can't be online, you can try to make a phone call. It is a 1-800 number to the national hotline. So if you have to leave your house somehow to make a call from a payphone, it won't cost you money. And to anybody seeing a loved one in this situation, please don't don't let them become isolated. Don't let them believe what the abuser is telling them. And give your loved one options. The thing that got me to finally decide to leave was the day some friends said, "There is space for you if you want it." It finally became my choice to go. And I wasn't sleeping on somebody's couch. I could actually get out and be an adult again. And not whatever I was living with him. Excuse me, I'm trying to measure a Christmas gift I'm making. And that's nice and tight. I think I should pull back a row. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Because like I said, it stuck with me all night last night and all day today. And I just needed to get it off my chest. Well, yes, every time I do this, I'm usually crocheting something. It's on to lighter subjects. This is actually, it makes me sit down and work on projects. I can close this now. I've read everything. I sit down in front of my computer and I crochet and I stream. And with the list of Christmas presents I had to make this year, it was definitely a good call for me to sit and work on them in front of the computer, because I've actually gotten through almost all of them. Where'd my scissors go? So this is a pair, one half of a pair of just little wrist warmers. They'll go around the hand, and I have to sew a seam, but I need somebody else's hand to model it on. I also made more hats. Let me go over to my other window so I can see what I'm doing. I made this little hat with a meandering paws beanie, and another one in purple. And they have little pom-poms that are going to go on the tops because they're adorable. Yes, with little paws. And I have matching scarves that go with each hat, but they're over in my drawer of finished projects. I finished the project of shame today because I made a scarf for somebody who likes the wrong sports team. And I hated making every stitch. I hated. But I rather care about the person it's for. Six, 12, 13, 14, 15, I think. So, but I definitely had quite a large and extensive Christmas list this year. And I'm rather impressed with my ability to have managed most of it. I'm down to one gift, 1.5 gifts left to make. And I'm trying to finish all the smaller one first. Because procrastinating large projects is always a good idea. But I've been talking for 20 minutes, and once again, my voice has decided it doesn't want to work tonight. And I forgot to bring some candy. So I think I'm going to get going until Wednesday. But I will continue finishing this pair of arm warmers. And I will be back here on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. So if you're interested in watching again, I'll see you. Bye-bye.